the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Moments away at Wells Fargo Center, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for Milwaukee, they've talked about the importance of starting fast, playing with energy right off the tip. Let's face it, no team likes to play catch-up if they can avoid it. We'll see how it works for them tonight. Hold on to your seats, folks. Should be a wild ride. Whoa! Two athletic clubs facing off. Kenny, how do you expect this one to go down?
Woo, lots of highlight reels, lots of highlight reels, and great showmanship.
Should be exciting for the players and the fans. The team that takes care of the basketball will have the edge.
Woo! Okay, time for tip-off. We send it over to...
What are you riding, a horse, Ernie?
Woo! Kevin Harlan.
It's not a roller coaster, is it?
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, everyone, here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. I'm Clark Kellogg, and bring out the sideline our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. The 76er fans are making noise here at the Wells Fargo Center. We are in Philadelphia. And the front court matchup, definitely, Clark, one to watch. It could be a battle of wills tonight in this one.
I agree with you there. They both got tremendous skill, but it comes down to the mentality. And I'm interested to see who actually wins the battle of wills, asserts himself the most and most consistent.
Sometimes it is the battle more than just what you got talent-wise. It's what you're thinking upstairs, your focus, and how you approach it.
Yeah, the mentality, and sometimes being physical starts with your mentality.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are your small and power forwards. Matthews out there at Bledsoe. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Now here's Richardson following the miss by Brook Lopez. Simmons passes to Embiid. Not going to go that time. And Milwaukee the other way now. And Middleton kicks to Matthews. Over Richardson. Matthews, no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Simmons finds Richardson. Back to Simmons. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Simmons absolutely in his comfort zone near the rim. I mean, uses his body extremely well and typically gets exactly the kind of shot he wants.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Another shot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Milwaukee shooting their first free throws of the game. And the first one drops.
And you might have heard this story about Giannis growing a couple of inches since he was drafted, but how about the strength this kid has added? Under 200 pounds as a rook. He's added a good 35 pounds of muscle through his dedication in the weight room.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. And you talk about Antetokounmpo's strength, Clark. It serves him well with his attacking style.
No question about it, Kevin. I mean, he used to just try to blow by defenders. Now he'll go right through you. He'll get his weight into you, get you on your heels, and then with that unbelievable reach, you've got no chance.
Bucks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Now Bledsoe. Middleton outside. Launches it. Bangs home the trifecta. Middleton's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Presence of mind, really important. You know, this game is more mental than physical. And Middleton is a guy who stays in the moment. He's exceptional at knocking down a good shot off a good pass.
Richardson against Matthews. Over Richardson. Rebound by Joel Embiid.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Richardson the pass to Simmons. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Simmons got 6.
Tell you what, he's 3 or 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
At the elbow, it's Antetokounmpo. That one, no good. The 76ers leading. Richardson with it. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Embiid kicks to Richardson. 6 on the shot clock. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
And that's just a great individual play right through the teeth of the defense.
Outside Matthews. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Bledsoe against Simmons. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Eric Bledsoe, Greg, one of the league's best slashers.
Yeah, he gets to the rim with regularity, and he finishes at a high rate, lives at the line. He is a nightmare in the open court.
This is his first free throw of the game. Free throw good from Bledsoe.
Well, for the Bucks in 2017, it was the opening of their new state-of-the-art team facility. A year later, right next door, they've inaugurated their new home arena.
So he gets them both. And the Bucks sparing no expense with all these new assets.
Well, to bring top talent in and compete with the best, you need to create a winning environment and culture. The Bucks making those investments.
Richardson with it. Matthews covering. And Simmons slams it in.
Boy, a bunch of strength on that slam from Simmons. Punching it down and sending a real message in the process.
Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. And it's sent back by Horford. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. And the Bucks with possession here. It's a three-point game. 5 to shoot. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
It's really easy to understand why this team thinks so highly of Antetokounmpo. I mean, a smart player, he takes high percentage shots, and he's team first in his approach.
Now here's Simmons. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And Ben Simmons, who missed the first season in the NBA with an injury, boy, Greg, was he worth the wait.
And you knew he'd be a special kind of player after being taken first overall. But he is so unique in how great of a player he is. His ability to command attention on offense without having a great outside shot really is something you just don't see in today's NBA.
And stolen by Horford. It's Richardson on the wing. Matthews with the steal. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good work defensively by Horford.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Harris finds Simmons. With the hook shot. The shot, no good. The Bucks go the other way with it. Bledsoe right side. Over Simmons. It's Matthews on the wing. Richardson covering. Matthews against Richardson. And the shot goes down.
And Matthews unafraid to let it fly from the mid-range now. A consistent score from this area of the floor.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I briefly spoke with Mike Budenholzer. He said the key to this game is how much they can limit the quality looks inside. He said when you're playing a team like this, you don't stand a chance if you give them easy shots down low. We'll see who wins that battle, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Here's Antetokounmpo after Ben Simmons' bucket. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
And, you know, he is unafraid, Antetokounmpo. So good at measuring up the defense, sizing them up, and then keeping his focus.
Richardson, good.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Now here's Middleton. Back to Lopez. Pass to Matthews. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Harris. Inside. And Simmons gets it to go on the assist from Tobias Harris. 14 points for Ben Simmons. Bucks trail by 5. Bledsoe looking around. Lopez passes to Middleton. From about 16, off the left rim and out.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Richardson dishes to Simmons. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
Now here's Bledsoe. Back to Middleton from 20 feet out. Simmons pulls it in.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Timeout called, the Bucks. As we take a look at the power forward position, Clark, one you know very well, who are some of the more underrated guys at that power forward spot?
Wow, underrated. You always run into some interesting names when you think about underrated. I think a guy that perhaps has finally found himself with the talent that he came into the league with is James Johnson down in Miami. He does a little bit of everything, had one of his best seasons this past year. Taj Gibson, I think, is undervalued for what he brings in toughness, shooting, and defense.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. And Ilyasova kicks to Corbin. To the paint. Will it go? No good that time. So Philadelphia will take it the other way.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Here's Hill after Ben Simmons' bucket. A floater, and there's the nice layup by Hill. Hill's got his first bucket in this one.
Boy, the precise placement by Hill with these floating jumpers, that's a hard shot that he's mastered.
Richardson finds Simmons. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Not surprising he missed that one, though, Kevin. I mean, the defense was very aggressive on him there.
Hill against Simmons. The pass to Lopez. And it's Hill with the jam.
And for a combo guard, Hill has great speed getting to the rim. His dunking abilities almost off the charts.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
Free throw drops for Hill. And the 76ers last season making it to the conference semifinals, Clark, before they were dispatched by the Boston Celtics.
And I guarantee you, Kevin, if you told any fan that would be their fate at the start of the season, they'd have banked that and went with it. Team had a great learning experience as they got past Miami and then lost to the Celtics. I think this group will be highly motivated to take the next step going forward.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of the game.
Shooting two.
And that one misses. And he sinks the second.
Boy, you look at Mike Budenholzer, and he's moved into a nice situation this offseason. Atlanta in rebuild mode, and the Milwaukee Bucks heading in the other direction. One of the best teams in the East. That's a good landing spot for Budenholzer.
The 76ers leading by 8. Down low, here's Scott. Ilyasova comes up with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Hill against Simmons. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14. And Budenholzer, well respected around the league, talk about what he brings now, Clark, to the Milwaukee Bucks, his new team.
Yeah, I think he brings a continuity offensively, ball movement and spacing, and a pretty good system defensively as well.
Now here's Korver. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Milwaukee, no good that time either. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. 10-point lead. Rebounded by Korver. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. It's Hill on the wing, guarded by Simmons. Hill kicks to Ilyasova. From downtown, Simmons pulls it in. Simmons got his 4th rebound in this one. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Hill against Simmons. Hill looking it over. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field. Here's Neto. 58 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Simmons against Hill. And it's Simmons penetrating. And Simmons slams it in.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
Now here's Korver. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Hill has the open look, and the 3-ball is good.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Neto kicks to Simmons. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
And, you know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Here's Hill. 76ers getting the bucket. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Ilyasova. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, you think about Ilyasova's lethal jump shot. It makes him a valuable player because he can stretch the floor.
For Milwaukee, they have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5. Free throw good from Ilyasova. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
It's hauled in by Ilyasova.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be back with you shortly. And pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a challenge for many, something he discussed before today's game.
The worst I've ever heard was my rookie year. A guy called me Antetokounmpo, and Kunupi in Greek means mosquitoes. So he basically said anti-mosquito.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor. But that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter. That's what's given them the advantage.
Boy, the ferocity on the glass, really impressive, and they're not backing up at all, not giving an inch on the boards.
On the court for the Bucks, Kyle Korver is out there with Ilyasova. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then it's George Hill. And it's Connaughton in at the 2. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Boy, what's most impressive about Simmons is how he finds the open man so consistently at the vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him. You know, when you watch Ben Simmons, he has marvelous talent and all-around ability, but sometimes you can easily focus on what he can't do. He's not a great shooter, so teams do back off of him, but still, this guy is an impact player because he sees the floor, he passes it great, he's a terrific rebounder, and he's got a nice motor.
And the layup's good off the glass. And now an 11-point 76ers lead.
Simmons is an absolute thoroughbred as a scorer, a dominant offensive talent who scores in a lot of different ways.
Here's Connaughton. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. That one drops for him. And for Simmons, missing his rookie year due to the injury, but he showed he was worth the wait.
No doubt. And you just don't see players with his skills and his body type come around that often, Kevin. I mean, he started quickly out of the gates and took over the Rookie of the Year award race almost immediately.
Bolden misses the 3. Bucks trail by 9. Hill inside. Simmons is there. Hill passes to Ilyasova. Tobias Harris is checked in for the 76ers. The Bucks also with the sub. Giannis Antetokounmpo is checked in for Ilyasova. Here's Korver. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Perfect shooting form from K-Square, Kyle Korver. Man, is he a laser. A quick release and always gets himself squared up for the look.
Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Bucks trail by 9. Outside Hill. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Shot clock at 6. Here's Lopez over O'Quinn, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Out left to the wing. Antetokounmpo against Harris. To the middle. Bolden. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Hill. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Ben Simmons. Mark, when you played some tremendous talent at the forward position, as you go back in your Rolodex, who was the toughest matchup for you?
Well, I look at some of the names of guys that I played against. Mark Aguirre, Larry Bird, obviously Kevin McHale in Boston. Calvin Nat was terrific with Portland at the time. Marcus Johnson in Milwaukee. Bernard King in New York probably was the toughest guy I had to deal with because he was such an animal and beast as a scorer and was relentless in his movement without the ball. He was probably the hardest guy I had to check.
Boy, some great names there.
Yeah, big-time scores at that forward position.
Al Horford is checked in for Philadelphia. Richardson comes in for Simmons. No good on the second free throw. And Clark, you look at the Bucks roster. What's the biggest area of need in your opinion?
The question mark I see is the center position, Kevin. Von Maker might have some upside and could very well fill that void, but they lack a presence in there now.
Now, here's Richardson. Here's Harris. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Middleton against Harris. Poked away. Middleton finds Bledsoe. From deep. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Neto, guarded by Bledsoe. Middleton against Harris. Over Middleton. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Harris has got 5.
No hesitation when he saw the space that he was giving him. That's 2.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
And the 76ers making a change here. Embiid's checked in. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Matthews is checked in. Richardson against Matthews. Right wing. And Horford wide open. He shoots. Hits the three-point bomb. Horford's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Bucks trail by 13. Bledsoe outside.
And Eric Bledsoe, so gifted athletically. He's got to learn to read the game as fast as he plays it, and that's a process. Staying under control, using change of pace, those are things he can tighten up.
And the first one drops. And playing under Chauncey Billups and Chris Paul, Eric Bledsoe got the message about playing Clark at 2 speeds.
Well, you know, it's almost like baseball. You've got to have a little change of pace in your game, the change-up to keep hitters off balance in baseball, same in basketball. And his strength helps him, too, now. He can hold off his defender while he downshifts to make decisions with the ball. Well, guys, when you talk about some of the great turnarounds for a franchise in NBA history, the process for the 76ers has paid dividends. They went from 10 wins in 2016 to 52 wins last year.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Neto kicks to Horford. Pass to Richardson. Here's Neto, guarded by Bledsoe. To the paint. Here's Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
Pick and roll comes fairly easily to Embiid, taking what the defense gives him. He's a pretty intelligent baller.
And the steps, Clark, the 76ers have taken. It's only the beginning.
Yeah, this is really the ideal situation to have if you're the Sixers. I mean, this team's built to last and still has good draft assets and flexible cap space. I mean, come on. That's an abundance of riches there.
Here's Harris. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Embiid inside. Lopez covering. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Trailing by 10. Down it goes. That's 4 made from the field. He's 4 of 8.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Now, here's Richardson. Back to Harris. Stolen by Middleton. It's 2-on-1. Here's Antetokounmpo.
You know, when Antetokounmpo puts his head down, man, it is a really terrifying sight for the defense when this guy's coming at you, all limbs and arms and size and ball skills. Usually you just end up hacking away at him to stop him from getting to the hoop.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Did he lay an egg at the stripe in their previous game? Couldn't get anything to drop.
Was completely out of sync on his free throws, and I'm sure that led him to some extra work at the foul line.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupations.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
You know, really, when you look at Antetokounmpo, he's got it all. I mean, he can score it, rebound it, he passes it pretty well, defends with intensity, and he's really versatile and going to continue to get better because of his work ethic.
Horford's shot is good. And some have even compared Giannis to Kobe Bryant for his single-minded dedication, Greg, to improvement.
Yeah, you know, something of an introvert. Not a guy you'll find out on the town or schmoozing with other stars. He's content to save outside pursuits for after his playing days are done.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Matthews for the 3. Does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just 1 so far.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Here's Harris. Drops in the layup for 2. And it's a 10-point 76ers lead.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance. Well, I like the way they're sharing the ball, and Bledsoe right in the middle of spreading it around.
Harris outside. Launches it. And Lopez pulls it down.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Antetokounmpo, no good.
Boy, incredible effort on defense, refusing to give him an uncontested layup. Nothing easy.
Neto can't get it to go. Bucks trail by 7. To the inside. And it's Bledsoe. That time on the assist by Middleton. Bledsoe's got 5 points so far.
Not lacking confidence in his scoring ability inside, Bledsoe knows he can do damage from there.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And, you know, the Bucks in recent seasons have employed an aggressive trapping style defensively. Diminishing returns, though, as the league has figured it out. Now they've gone back to the drawing board.
Here's Simmons. 28 points for him. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And with the Bucks' length and athleticism, the pressure style of D made sense.
Yeah, but when it broke down, Kevin, they gave up open threes. In today's game, that's almost as bad as a layup.
Shooting 2.
That one is off. With the amount of characters and personalities on this Sixers team, Clark, you can't help but notice the attitude they play with.
Yeah, they play with edge. They play with brashness. Some would say arrogance, but all of the championship teams have some element of that, and that's where they're looking to go. On occasion, if their emotions get out of whack, it could get them in trouble, but I think they'll learn as they grow to tone that down and use it in a positive way.
And the Bucks with these great new facilities, a new coaching staff, a talented roster. What's the upside for this team, Clark?
I think, Kevin, a top 4 seed in the East is very much in the realm of possibility. They have quality players around Giannis, and in this league, you've got to have multiple stars to compete for titles. They're on their way. They're moving in the right direction.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
So it's the Bucks now. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game. And the free throw, no good. The 76ers leading by 7. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his first foul. And here's Embiid. Simmons feeling it out a bit. Kicks to Embiid. 6 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot.
And Matthews doing a really good job contesting shots, using his quick hands very well there on defense.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
That free throw, no good.
And forget about the miss for a moment and focus on the fact that he's done a great job putting pressure on the defense.
Lopez, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And he sinks the second.
And he's been much more aggressive here in the second quarter. He's getting to the line a lot more than he did in the first.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the 76ers lead by 9.
Where was the defense? Come on now. Where was it? No idea how they gave up that open a look.
Matthews scanning the floor. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Antetokounmpo defending. The kick out to Scott. Jacks up a 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now. Doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. 15 points in the game. Pass to Bledsoe. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Pulls it from the elbow, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
The mid-range J from MB getting better and better.
And so we wrap up the first half. Philadelphia ahead. They lead by 12. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. Ben Simmons putting in some incredible work. He had 29 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. After a subpar performance in their previous contest, he has come on strong tonight. His first half, sensational. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out. Don't get cute now.
And over to Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks.
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the boards. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Welcome back, folks. A glorious view of the lights of downtown Philadelphia, America's most historic city. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Ben Simmons in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, and he accumulated a lot of assists. And I liked how unselfish he was, Greg.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. They've got Embiid, and Simmons is out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Horford, and it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Here's Simmons. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Simmons against Bledsoe, and it's sent back by Lopez.
Big Brook Lopez gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
Harris passes to Richardson, and the 3 off target. Bucks trail by 10, and last season, not the one Brook Lopez wanted to have before heading into free agency.
He just never seemed to find a place with the Lakers and saw his minutes decline as he wasn't in their plans. averaged a career low in terms of minutes played per game last year. And I think he still's got a lot to offer and should bounce back closer to his all-star level of output.
Here's Simmons. That one wide left.
Got to find a way to energize themselves, get going. 0 for 3. They're looking for their rhythm right now.
And Matthews gets it to go.
Wes Matthews is a lethal perimeter scorer and knows how to get himself free, and he's got great range on that shot.
Simmons on the wing. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's foul number 2 for him. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter.
You know, sometimes rest can do more harm than good. It certainly looks that way for them. They've been cold coming out and have yet to find the bottom of the net.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Now here is Harris, following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Simmons on the wing, guarded by Bledsoe. Baseline try. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Bledsoe.
How about this run they're in the midst of, on the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead?
Has been an unreal turnaround, and I give a lot of credit to the defense right along with what they did on offense, because the defense actually gave them the spark they needed.
Here's Antetokounmpo after Eric Bledsoe scored. Fader on the way, misses off the right iron.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Now here's Simmons, following the miss by Wesley Matthews. Can't hit from 12.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Here's Middleton. And Simmons with the rebound. Simmons got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Embiid. Good ball movement here by the 76ers to end the cold streak. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Eric Bledsoe. And there's so much speculation early in Embiid's career if he would even pan out. It's become clear, Clark, that he was worth the wait.
Well, it was all injury related in terms of the questions because he sat out his first 2 years in the league with some type of injury. Those injury concerns, really the only reason that people question him. The talent, the size, and you love his personality as well. But this guy has tremendous skills, and he's going to be an all-star for years to come if he's healthy.
A different look for Milwaukee. Pat Connaughton comes in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
And, you know, when you watch Embiid, he just oozes with limitless potential. You think about his size and his shooting touch. He can do just about anything he wants to. Tremendous athleticism. If he can stay healthy, I think he can be a dominant player in this league for years to come.
Here's Simmons following the 3 by Milwaukee. Whistle blows. If that's going to be a travel.
Oh, no, you hate to see that. Those are just the kind of errors that can cost you in a game like this.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Embiid. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Milwaukee. In the second half, they've only given up 1 basket coming from the free throw line. And that one goes long. And Embiid already voted in as an all-star starter for the East in his second full season. He has hit the ground running.
Yeah, and you talk about him creeping towards 25 and 11 averages at his age. That's just otherworldly. I mean, when he hits his prime, again, contingent upon his health, this guy's going to be an absolute load.
Here's Antetokounmpo after Ben Simmons' bucket. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Boy, for such a young player, the razor-sharp focus of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. I mean, a muscular guy who still makes baskets despite getting hit in the process. He's not wide, but he is muscular.
One shot.
And it's tied up with that one. And the 76ers call time here. Philadelphia's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. And that one's good, Simmons.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Hill finds Antetokounmpo. Lopez outside. It's back to Hill. For the lead, trying to get open is Lopez. Hill, no good.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A-plus defense.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Richardson kicks to Harris. 76ers moving the ball around. And Hill over to help. Back to O'Quinn. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And here we go. Fast break. Korver's got it. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by Korver. Antetokounmpo's got it all tied up now for the Bucks. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react. And that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
The kick out to Hill. Drills it from outside. Now it's a 3-point Bucks lead. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. And they've been turning those turnovers into points.
Now here's Antetokounmpo after Ben Simmons' miss. Korver gets a wide-open look and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And another turnover here by Philadelphia. And some changes here for the Bucks. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. And it's Ilyasova in for Antetokounmpo. Bucks leading by 6. Hill passes to Lopez. He kicks to Ilyasova. Nice D from Scott. Philadelphia has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. The pass to Simmons. That one's off, still out of sync. Milwaukee's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Lopez outside. Outside Hill. Pass to Connaughton. Ilyasova with the ball. Richardson cover. Clock at 4. The three from Korver. The shot missing. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Simmons against Hill. Passes it to Richardson. Back to Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And it's the 76ers with the ball. Now, here's Richardson. Not a lot of room. Hill against Simmons. Over Hill. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Now just a 2-point Bucks lead.
That, to me, is good use of the mid-range J by Simmons, taking whatever the defense gives him out there.
Here's Connaughton. Pass to Ilyasova. Kicks to Korver. And Hill has it in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. Over Richardson. Rebound by the 76ers. For the lead. Sinks the three-pointer. Richardson's got 10.
Love that aggressive mentality, constantly looking to put the ball in the basket.
Bounce pass from Hill. Here's Connaughton. Richardson cover. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Philadelphia's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the three ball well. Scott, good.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Bucks trail by 3. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And there's the pass to Korver. Pass to Connaughton. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Scott. And that one's good from Connaughton. Connaughton's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, that's impressive. I mean, not often do you see shots like this find the net. Fortunately, the basket got in the way.
And Simmons kicks to Richardson. Outside, Scott pulls up on the wing. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Milwaukee's gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Ilyasova dishes to Hill. To the middle, here's Lopez, and the dunk by Lopez. Third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Simmons against Hill. Now, here's Richardson. He's tightly guarded. Puts one up from 19, and the shot goes down. He has 6. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. We've seen Simmons really having a great game.
Absolutely on fire. They need to regroup and figure out a way to slow his roll.
Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And then for Milwaukee, Chris Middleton's checked in for Corver. Matthews comes in for Pat Connaughton, and it's Eric Bledsoe in for George Hill. Passes it to Lopez. Matthews against Richardson. Here's Lopez, and Embiid with the block.
Yeah, good energy and awareness that time by Embiid to deny that shot.
Here's Scott. Rebounded by the Bucks. Ilyasova's got his 4th rebound in this one. Bledsoe against Simmons. And it's Bledsoe off the drive, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You got to try to keep Bledsoe out of the lane. You can't let him get in there. As soon as that happens, you're in trouble, big trouble.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
You know, one of the things I'd like to see Bledsoe improve on is his passing. Other than that, I think his overall game is pretty solid.
And the second free throw, good.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Back to Simmons. Yep, that one goes in there. Simmons got 39.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Simmons against Bledsoe. From down in the low post, it goes. Bledsoe's got 10 points in the game.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
Here's Embiid, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for the Philadelphia 76ers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Back right after this. Coach Brett Brown with some words for his players.
Let's be great on simplicity. On missions, you're running. On makes, A to B and play. If it's slow, we'll call something. Get that thing humming. Get it popping.
Greg, I love that. Some awesome advice from Coach Brown.
I mean, he is really trusting his players right now, wanting them to be assertive from this point on.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Setting the floor for the Bucks, Middleton and Ilyasova holding down the forward spots. Matthews out there at Bledsoe, and it's Lopez in at the center position. And the Bucks with possession here. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. Here's Ilyasova. It's deflected. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. Clock at 6. Bledsoe outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Bledsoe's got it all tied up now for the Bucks.
Really smart in these setups. I mean, Bledsoe surveying the situation and recognizing what's available.
Richardson finds Simmons. Shoots over Matthews. Matthews with the rebound.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Kicks it down to Middleton. Fires for 3. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 5 assists in the game.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
They double in with Middleton, and a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Milwaukee with the ball. And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the Bucks. It's a three-point game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, Bledsoe is so athletic and plays with such great energy, it's hard to defend him sometimes without fouling.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. Al Horford is checked in for the 76ers. Harris comes in for Josh Richardson. Lopez, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo comes in for Ilyasova. Bledsoe hits them both. The 76ers trail by 5. Simmons on the wing. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Simmons against Bledsoe. The hook. Ben Simmons gets the bucket. Simmons got 41.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And it's sent back by Horford. Harris looking it over. Simmons left side. Over Bledsoe. And it's sent back by Bledsoe.
Boy, that was well done by Bledsoe there. Nice timing on that block.
And there it is for him. And the Bucks lead by 5.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
You really got to tip your cap to him in terms of how he's played today, even if they end up losing this game.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Count the basket and the foul. That's on Ben Simmons.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe. The 76ers trail by 6. Simmons on the wing. Guarded by Bledsoe. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
A top-notch postgame is just one of the ways Horford helps his team. One of the more important ways, though, is because he's a tough matchup down low.
And that one misses.
And I really like the uniqueness of Al Horford's game. I mean, he's a big man with a versatile skill set. He makes threes. He can score inside. He defends. He's a guy that is an inside-out matchup problem for most.
Now here's Bledsoe. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Bledsoe's got the lead up to 6 now for the Bucks.
And he's coming up big here in the clutch.
composed under pressure, and he's now 4 for 4 here in the fourth.
And Embiid throws it down.
When he's close to the rim, the attitude that Embiid brings is, I'm dunking this thing.
Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. That one goes. Count it. Antetokounmpo's got 11 in the second half. 76ers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Here's Simmons, and it's sent back by Bledsoe. They recover it. Embiid, no good. Bucks leading by 6. Here's Antetokounmpo. No good. Good work defensively by Horford. And it's Harris with the ball for Philadelphia. Bledsoe against Simmons. He kicks to Embiid. For 3, Harris. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Yeah, he's really calm in these situations. Simply takes his time in tight spots. You got to be patient, and he is playing to his strengths.
The 76ers trail by 3. Dishes it to Embiid. Horford the pass to Harris. And here is Simmons. Shot clock at 6. Harris against Lopez. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Bucks have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Knocks it loose. And it's sent back by Horford. And he's able to get it back. And yes, it's good.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Simmons dishes to Harris. Pass to Embiid. Shot clock at 5. Here's Simmons. Bledsoe with the defensive effort.
And as he squares up from mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
Middleton outside. Kicks it to Lopez. And it's off from three-point range. The 76ers trail. He's covered by Matthews. Harris outside. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
The pass to Bledsoe. Embiid against Lopez. Bledsoe right side. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Tries a 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Pass to Harris. Here's Horford. Defended by Middleton. Simmons against Bledsoe. Embiid, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And not the best season for Brook Lopez a year ago. Never seemed to be in the form we're used to seeing him in.
Normally, Kevin, he's so efficient and just didn't make the shots at the rate he normally does. He ended up being more of a role-playing big man than a centerpiece. And I think he's still got plenty left in his fuel tank, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him bounce back with a really strong season.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Richardson's checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Hill, he's checked in for Eric Bledsoe. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see.
And the dunk by Embiid.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is. Boy, Lopez hunkered down and anchored in on that pick.
Richardson finds Simmons. Back to Richardson. Defended by Middleton. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't back down from anybody, Greg. Effective at getting the room he wants and then gets his shot off in time.
Shoots from the high post, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Now here is Horford. Embiid inside. Lopez is there, and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Eric Bledsoe.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. He said, "This is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it." He really is fired up about this game, Kevin.
Now, here's Richardson, following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Embiid's got the game tied up here for Philadelphia.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now Richardson, after Chris Middleton missed from long range, to the inside. Horford the pass to Simmons. He feeds it to Embiid to take the lead. Good D by Lopez.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Now here's Middleton, following the miss by Wesley Matthews. Another shot. Shot's good by Middleton. And the Bucks lead by 2.
Persistence pays for Middleton, commanding the ball and really demonstrating why his teammates trust him in these moments.
Here's Embiid. No problem on the jumper in close. Embiid's got 11 in the second half.
You like Embiid's confidence and willingness to step up in the big moment.
He'll find Antetokounmpo. Outside Matthews. Drills it from outside.
Yeah, Matthews so confident in these spots, Kevin. I think he loves making these big shots.
Passes it to Embiid. Over Lopez. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. 17 points for Joel Embiid. To Antetokounmpo. The kick out to Matthews. Middleton outside. Hill against Simmons. This one for three. He's off on that one, so Philadelphia will take it the other way. The pass to Embiid to take the lead. Good!
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're trailing by 1. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Harris is checked in for Philadelphia. Here's Antetokounmpo. Got it!
And in addition to his great talent, Antetokounmpo has the reputation of being an outstanding leader as well. He's a clutch player who demands the ball in these situations. You love that.
And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 1. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, and looking at how much time they have, I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Sometimes you just have no way of stopping Simmons on the interior. I mean, he's a very skilled player who gets these calls routinely.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
And that was huge right there. Just as cool as he could be. And he's been clutch at the line there in a very tense moment.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Gets the bucket and the foul. That one on Embiid.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
shot.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
What a clutch performer. He loves being in these situations, just relishes the opportunity. A lot of guys say they do, but you can see it in his face. He truly does.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're trailing by 2. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Eight-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Embiid. Money! A huge shot to tie it up.
What confidence from Joel Embiid. Knocked that one down in a clutch situation.
So Mike Budenholzer decides to take a timeout here. Here's Antetokounmpo. Missed.
Good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. So Philadelphia will get the first possession. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the 76ers, we've got Josh Richardson. Horford is out there with Embiid. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's Simmons in at the 1 spot. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. He kicks it to Antetokounmpo. Over Horford. Antetokounmpo, no good.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find. Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board, and his length doesn't hurt either.
Pass to Middleton. And the call will be against Al Horford. That will be foul number 5 on him. And one action in this one. We're about 1 minute into overtime. 6 on the shot clock. Hill kicks to Matthews. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. And that's 13 points for Wesley Matthews.
Man, what razor-sharp focus by Matthews. Not letting the defense distract him or bother him. He's awesome at knocking down these shots.
Milwaukee in the lead. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. And he goes big with the dunk right over Al Horford.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
And that was an Unleash Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. To the inside, Matthews. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Now it's a 5-point Bucks lead.
Good ball movement. Wonderful pass. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Here's Simmons with 3. Harris gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
And just great offensive execution by both sides, leaving nothing on the table.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Greg, both of these teams completely aligned, in sync right now. I mean, they are torching the Nets late in this ball game.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for George Hill. We're in overtime if you've just joined us, 2.5 minutes through it. Antetokounmpo dishes to Middleton. Unloads from 13. No good from Bledsoe. The 76ers trail by 5. Now Richardson, and there's the feed to Simmons. Horford trying to free himself up. And that one's good, Simmons.
Really like how Simmons commands the ball, especially in key moments.
Simmons against Bledsoe. Left side, Antetokounmpo over Horford. Antetokounmpo, no good.
Gotta give the defense credit. That was a great contest on a high percentage shot in the paint.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. No good from Simmons.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
And it's blocked by Simmons.
Well, you cannot forget about the long reach and wingspan of Simmons. I mean, he uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with block shots.
Antetokounmpo passes to Bledsoe. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And it's now 26 points for Eric Bledsoe. Simmons finds Embiid. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, I tell you what, so hard to guard all that size. I mean, Embiid is an absolute monster, and he knows how to draw fouls, too.
First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
I tell you, Joel Embiid possesses remarkable talent. I mean, this big guy is graceful and strong. He's a real matchup problem for everybody.
Good on both.
And that would have been a killer if he missed one of those, but he was rock solid. That trims the lead now to a one-possession game.
Pass to Bledsoe. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Simmons. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
Shooting 2.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And he steps up and knocks them down, making it a 2-possession game.
Kicks to Embiid. Milton, guarded by Bledsoe. Back to Embiid. 5 to shoot. Over Lopez. It's good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And the defense can't match up with Embiid's size. I mean, he's just too powerful down there.
To the left wing. Here's Bledsoe. Count it!
That is the killer instinct of Eric Bledsoe. When the game is up for grabs, he seizes it by the throat.
Timeout called the 76ers. They trail by 5. There's 38 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. What do you think, guys?
And they need to use as little time as possible here. If they can get a bucket before the clock hits 24 seconds, they can try for a stop on the next possession. If there's less than 24, then they'll have to foul.
And the 76ers making a change here. Smith is checked in. Harris passes to Embiid. To the middle. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Tell you what, the offensive game of Embiid, ridiculous. He can score in so many ways.
It falls!
Patience is a virtue. And Chris Middleton, virtuous.
And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 5. 27 seconds left in the first overtime. DC's checked in for Smith. Harris kicks to Richardson. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Lopez with the steal. And so they foul intentionally.
Shooting 2.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Guys, Wesley Matthews is a pure shooter, a long-range bomber who also plays lockdown defense on the perimeter. That's a heck of a combination.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
No mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
For 3, Harris. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
Bledsoe outside. And so the Bucks take the win. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Congrats, Brooke, on the win. You guys were down, but you were able to overcome it. What does that say about your team?
You know, I think it shows our poise, we responded, I think we were really at our highest urgency level, and we came together as a team, and this time we held our lead in that.
Well, maybe you'll continue to develop that killer instinct during the rest of the season. Thanks, Brooke. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.